Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to Tennis Manager. This is episode 33. We are at the Australian Open, and it is the round of 16. Jennifer Brady is the opponent. We've lost to her previously, the only time we played her, which was in last year's French Open. It was round of 64. We did win a set against her, and we barely lost set number 2 before we nearly had it, won. And then she kicked our butts in the third set. But we came awfully close, and that was almost a full year ago. So let's see what we can do this time around. It is considered a balanced match. She's currently ranked 14th at 30 years of age, and I think we're definitely on our way up the rankings a bit here early on in this season. Win or lose, we have achieved our goal in slams for the year. So Uni's going to be happy with that. It's going to boost our rankings, so I'm definitely happy with that, as that's one of the other areas we're going to need some work on here as we're trying to rise up a bit this year. So that's all looking fairly good, fairly promising. This one, I don't have any ambition to actually win. So if we happen to get through another round, that's awesome. But really, not a big deal at this point. Trailing 5-2 in this first set. Things are not looking good so far. She's had the upper hand throughout this set. We've barely won the 2 games that we won. I don't think it's relatively close right now in terms of point distribution.
Second set.
Play it over her head and she still gets up there quite easily. We didn't have enough height on that one. And then we hit that long. No, we got that back. Wow. That must have been right on the line.
Advantage.
Ace. That was the first one I've seen in a while.
Second set.
From us. Even though we've gotten much better in the serve, it's still not a way to score points against the better players. Okay. Oh, I thought that was in. That's going to do it, though. Back to advantage.
Deuce.
Ball looked well above the net, and then it just kind of stopped midair and dropped. Looked like it was a good 3 inches over the net. But my eyes are not great. And we trail.
Second set.
If I understand service rules correctly, we need to win this game just to give ourselves service back at the beginning of the second set. And we don't. And now she has serve. But it seems like no matter what happens, the opponent always gets served. So anyway, trailing 2-6. Things are not good on this one. It's going to require something awfully special to get beyond this set, as we're trailing 4-1 already. She nearly breaks us again. She does break us again. We had advantage, and then a split second later, she won the set. But I don't mind losing. I do mind losing that badly. That was the worst we've seen Uni play in a very long time. It was a quarterfinals appearance, though, so we'll take it. Osaka has won the Australian Open, so Osaka is the winner, 6-1, 6-4. Uni cracks the top 30, which also leads to a huge bonus. Well, huge, 11,000. It's nothing in terms of the actual game and where we sit on things, but it is a bonus nonetheless. And more importantly, it gets us into the ranking area we needed it to be for Uni. So very early in the year, we have what we need. Now we need to maintain it. Also, in just 2 weeks, we've already fixed the morale for 3 out of 4. And Laki, who had really poor morale, has already improved. So we're really bringing them along quite quickly from what it could have been. We're also going to be able to get some training done with all 3 out of 4 players this week anyway. As we've got Grant playing in the Australian Open Junior. It was only a 100 level tournament, but Laki has gone out and claimed one of those. Uni, meanwhile, is training really well. I did one training session on Lob, and you can see, she gains a quarter of a point. Grant is definitely improving more steadily this year than last. Last year, we started to have that hinted about mid-season that was like, okay, she's starting to train okay. It's looking better. Jovic is still not progressing at all. I mean, a full week of, post-tournament, but she can't even gain half of 1%. It's going to take her forever to improve at all. So Jovic is really dead weight for the team right now. Nguyen is open to contract negotiations, so we're going to see what we can do here, see if we can't sign Nguyen. We do have $2 million in the bank right now. She wants to come in as a major player. I'm assuming it's going to be a fairly expensive signing. And that's already a signing bonus that is beyond our reach, so we're going to have to cancel the negotiations. That's going to take everything we have, and we just really can't afford to do so right now, even though she would be wonderful to add. Can't quite afford any big-time players at the moment. I did want to get at least one prospect in as we sign our fifth, and then try to get one more bigger player, but not huge player, added to the roster for that sixth one once we do that. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get that prospect. And the prospect is Scarlett Hetherington, 17 years old, early bloomer, 3.5 to 4.5 star type potential, with current at 2 already. Clearly has work to do, but as an early bloomer should be developing fairly rapidly. Not already with the club, so we don't have to worry about other things. Let's see if we can get her signed. Promising player sounds great. 3-year deal is fine. Easy signing, yeah. Finances on this one, no problem. We'll even offer her a little bit more just to make sure. But we will raise that just slightly. Okay, that's good. And here is our new additions, staff and player. So Hetherington, we gave Vidmanova, who was with Laki initially, to her. So we shifted her down. But we have our new trader, Zhao. Vidmanova doing really well. We have a new physio in Sheriff, who we've moved over to Laki, especially since she hasn't been with us, but for just over a month. And combination for these two is looking really strong, and of course others have improved what they had as well with these new hirings. We're not done with our hirings yet, but we are looking really good, and of course we have one more natural slot to fill because that progression from 3 naturally goes to 6 when you have the three slots per trainer, per coach, that they can fill in. So it makes a lot of sense to kind of give it your all with that. Also, with that hiring done, we have just a single infrastructure upgrade left to pay for, and it's going to make us really thin on cash, which I'm not a fan of. But I know that we are making a little bit of profit month by month now. We're certainly spending more than we were before now that we are hiring a lot more people in. It is impacting things, but we won't have any further upgrades to pay for after this. This is literally it. It's the final one. So let's just get it underway. It's these last 3 upgrades. Everything else is completely done in every single department. So this will do it. That's it. We are done paying for upgrades. Now we just need to wait 3 months for all of them to conclude. Time to discuss goals for Hetherington. We're starting with a very, very strong positive morale. So let's see what she's asking for. She does have World Tour ambitions. She's also just turned 18. So in the last week, she has turned 18. She just had her birthday. Currently 24th in the junior rankings and falling very rapidly. I'm wondering if she's going to be focused on World Tour. Top 150. Top 250 would be guaranteed. Let's go ahead and take the easy one. Not a huge drop in morale here. She wants top 15 in her French rankings. And then she does want to win a small tournament. That's not going to be the easiest thing, as she has never won a small tournament. She's won 2 tiny tournaments, but not to the level we need her at. So could be a challenge, but we'll see how rapidly she develops throughout this season. We're in Doha, 500 level tournament. Osaka is the top seed at this one with that first round bye. Lockie got a first round bye as the 16 seed. Clara Liu, who's one of my potential signings for our 6th, currently ranked 88th, is her second round opponent. Uni does not get a first round bye. We actually got a wild card to this tournament, an invite that I accepted. But we've got a pretty favorable first round matchup, but it's Nagunye who we would face in the second, who had a first round bye. A lot of first round byes here. So they struggled to fill this tournament out, it looks like. First round considered easy. Let's see if it actually turns out to be so. Easy enough over Blinkova. 6-3, 6-3. Laki has beaten Liu, so she is into the round of 16. And she's got a potential winner there as well, so she could continue on. But as for us, Nagunye seems like a big ask. We're ranked higher than Nagunye, though, so maybe. I'm not sure how we're ranked higher than her. We've played her 9 times because of the junior rankings where we were neck and neck all the time, 1-2. And it is a win, 6-2, 6-1, so we are on to the next round. All my targets are in this round of 16 pretty much, and we have to go up against Switek here, so number 3 player in the world. But again, here we are with that progression. We're close enough that it's balanced. No one seems to be beyond us anymore. I don't know about the top 2, but we are getting closer and closer to having a legitimate shot against any player in the world, which is good. Not favorites against them yet, but we are climbing that ladder bit by bit, getting closer and closer. And while we were certainly competitive against Switek, we're still not quite there. She's definitely still the better player. 5-7, 1-6. Close in that first set, but she beat us quite easily in the second set. 5-1 in the aces double faults department for her. 32 winners to her 54. Just 6 unforced errors each, though. So we continue to be a very, very clean player with our current attribute distribution and style of play. It's just we get winners against weaker players. That top 10, we don't get as many winners against them. So that's the next step. And what I'm training right now for Uni as we go to wrap this episode up is those skill shots. Those skill shots that are going to increase our number of winners. We still have other things technically to work on, but that's that next evolution, because that's where you get those winners against anybody, everybody. You need those skill shots to kind of put the ball away. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.